Windows has started adding freemium features into long-running Windows applications. Today, we do want to talk about the paywalling of basic Windows components. Welcome back to Switch to Linux. Over here, we like to talk about the things going on in the software world and why a switch to free and open source software might be the better option. And so today we do want to look at a Windows change in one of the long-running core applications and how they're starting to add this into freemium. We also want to clear up a little bit of the confusion around this. So with that, if you like this type of content, subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so. Leave us a like and a comment down below. With that, we are going to dive in and talk first about the operating system. Is the core of the system that should kind of stay out of our way. You should boot up the system, and your operating system should give you the just really all of those various things that you might need to do just in order to, do basic tasks, launch applications, take care of system management and things like this. It should be a system that stays out of the user's way and provides basic tools for system management. Example over here on Linux Mint. This is a fresh install of Linux Mint. We have a terminal, we have a browser, we have your files down here at the bottom. And then over here, we have things like the archive manager is, zipping archives is built in. We don't have to install anything else. We have a calculator. We have a character map, which is actually removed in the latest. This one is 21.3. I think in 22, they've removed the character map, much to my chagrin. I'm that geek that uses it. I'm the geek that wants the character map to stay, but all right, I'll find a new solution. We have disks for disk management. We have a basic document viewer. We can rename files. So you can see that there's just a lot of options that we have. Oh, Redshift is taken out and moved into the system tools in the latest one as well. We have USB image formatters, we have file sharers, and then we also have things like basic text management as well. There's a text editor and things like that. And so really what we have inside of many Linux distributions is a lot of the tools and the features and the functions you need. Now, some people don't want any of that. They call this extra system bloat. Let me install the things if I want them. I understand that in the case of a character map. I'm not sure in the case of like the disks application, which allows you to see which disks, what's there, format disks, clone them, copy them, check out your smart data. All these types of things are important features that operating systems in general should have. Of course, today we are going to be talking about the text editors, and Linux Mint has a very nice text editor here, and several Linux distributions has one. Of course, the new version from Windows is actually going to be doing something different. What we're actually going to be seeing from them is some freemium of features. Now, of course, many of you do actually use like Notepad Plus or Note++ for your text editor. So we can understand if you're using that, this change doesn't affect you. But if, like most people using a Windows system, you're used to running Notepad, well, get ready for a little bit of a change. This brings us to the main topic of our video, and that is that Windows is going to make Notepad a freemium product. Isn't this exciting? What does this mean? Well, they are adding the AI services, which of course, if you're not signed into your Microsoft account and have AI credits as part of an Office 365 paid plan, it is going to prompt you to log in and purchase more stuff. Isn't this totally awesome that Windows just loves getting in your way? It violates that purpose of an operating system. It gets in your way and starts cramming advertisements and upsells and things like that. So ultimately, what we are going to look at here is if you just want to continue to use Notepad exactly as it is, it's fine. You can do that. You can go into the settings. You can turn off all of the AI nonsense. But if you don't do that, and by default, there is now a AI rewrite tool that is embedded in the toolbar, and you can click on that and it's going to take what's in Notepad and rewrite it for you. I'm not sure who asked for this feature, but sure. Now it goes in here that it's been mostly untouched for for decades. Maybe there's a sign we don't need to mess with it. But now it supports character count. That's a good thing, I guess. You guys keep up with these really good Linux notepads and things like that, because honestly, the Linux notepads do word counts, and you can even set someone to do code hinting and stuff like that. Totally awesome, really. But that's, I think, why people use Note++ for their for their basic texting features in Windows anyway. But now if you click on the new AI rewrite tool, it's going to give you a prompt to sign into Microsoft if you're not already there, or to purchase a Microsoft 365 plan if you are signed in but you don't have one, so that you can get some AI credits. Now, the initial controversy is that people thought you had to be logged in just to use it at all. You can still continue to use the application without that, and you can even go into the settings and disable the AI feature and remove it from the toolbar. So you would never really see that it is there. But why I wanted to bring this up is this is really that first step in Microsoft starting to cram things into the system, really changing the long-running basic system tools of the operating system. So once you get in, let me go ahead and allow this tweet there so you can kind of see what people are saying. But here it says, if you're going to get this rewritten, oh, come on, load my tweet. Thank you very much. So what this is and I love the guy says, seriously, he writes seriously up here. And he basically clicked this new icon up here, which is the AI rewrite feature. And this prompts you to sign into Microsoft account and your data. There you go. This prompts you to sign into your Office 365 account and to use your AI credits in order to rewrite. So apparently now, if you are just using the boot up your new Windows 11 system, boot up WordPad, it is now shipping with freemium crap inside of it. Now, as again, I note this can be disabled, but this is an increasing approach to make the operating system an advertisement for its own upsells. And this is really the thing that keeps me away from Windows. I moved away from Windows because of all the data collection. Obviously, I wouldn't come back if there weren't a way to turn it off altogether. But what keeps me away is all these upsells and such. Of course, there's scripts out there to debloat Windows and things like that. I'm sorry, I should not have to run some third-party script to get your operating system to stop annoying the hell out of me. And that's why I am using Linux, and I encourage most people to do that most of the time. So anyway, with this article here, giving you upsells inside of your Notepad application, and I promise you this is going to be just the first of many applications that's going to be cramming AI down your throat. You're going to be getting pop-up notifications to remind you to activate your AI account, just like they're adding advertisements inside of every spare corner and every square unusable inch of space inside of the operating system. Who knows? Maybe they were thinking this 20 years ago and they were leaving wide open spaces that we got used to just as a place to cram ads in later on down the road, right? I don't know. Welcome to the first day of your Windows freemium subscription. But the reality is, if you want to consider something else, then why don't you possibly think about noping out of Windows and switching on over to Linux? As I said, this is Linux Mint. This is last year's version of it. I will get this upgraded here eventually. But what I wanted to show you here is there's no AI crammed into it. Now, if you love AI, you can go to your favorite AI tools on this in your web browser. There's even some flat packs that allow you to run AI as tools in the system. So if you want it, it's there, but it's not cramming it down. There's no advertisements popping over. Well, of course, except that, KDE 6.2 pop-up notification to donate, which I disagree with, but I agree it was a good fundraising option. Honestly, it is very easy to install this, and it's very easy to install safe software that is free of malware inside of your system. So if you go up and load up the software manager here, then you can see there's just a variety of different software. We have Flatpak specific things, anything in FlatHub you can get. Hey, if you love, you might have seen it down there on the screen real quick. If you love Microsoft Edge, hey, you can run Microsoft Edge. You can run Google Chrome. I advise you to look for other options, but you have those. But you can search in any type of thing you want to do. So if you want, you can come up here. Let's see if you need an Office suite. Just type in Office there. Let it search the repository. Here's LibreOffice, which actually LibreOffice is already installed by default. You get the full Office suite there. There is the flat pack that are available. You can do your OnlyOffice, WPS Office. There's probably a few other Office suites in here as well, but you can search in a number of different things, and everything in this software store is going to be way safer than going out onto the internet and grabbing something from online. So there's so many options to easily install software. Now, not everybody can perfectly switch to Linux, but I would encourage you to consider if you're not doing something that requires deeply specialized software, or if you're not forced to use specialized software and it's possible for you to change, maybe think about seeing if Linux could be something you can use. As far as your basic web browsers and most of the web apps you can use them just fine on Linux. There's a few exceptions here and there, which are extraordinarily rare. But for the average person, you can get in here. You can see what's in the system. You can play around. And the greatest thing about this is you can go ahead and you can install Linux onto a little USB drive and play around with it without messing with your main system. So you can really get a chance to test this out. So I'm going to go ahead and leave you here with a video up here to watch on getting started with Linux Mint. And with that, if you like this type of content, feel free to subscribe to the channel, leave us a like and a comment down below.